Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Viren and today I want to talk to you guys about the recent update, the Band of Air nerf, and exactly what I'm using. Maybe I'm using something else because the journals don't prot the Band of Air and also the Mythalor set does not prot the Band of Air. So I was going to do some testing, but as you guys know, I'm not really a numbers guy and I don't trust console testing. So this is all based on how my character feels. This isn't one of them videos where I'm going to say, this is the best, you should be running this, because that's definitely not what it's going to be. I'm just going to literally go by feel. So in that Voss run yesterday, I was feeling out Demogorgon's Reach, I was feeling out no Band of Air, and then with the Band of Air. And I felt a hell of a lot more comfortable with the Band of Air rather than without the Band of Air. And also, when I put that Band of Air on, I was also pulling away on the DPS leaderboard as well. So without the Band of Air, the other person who was in second place had the Band of Air, and I was basically about, after the first boss, I was probably about 10 million ahead. So then I put the Band of Air on, fixed some stats, whatever, and we went through the Lumi phase, and yeah, I pulled ahead by a hell of a lot with the Band of Air rather than without the Band of Air. I feel like the Band of Air is still one of the best rings. I know a lot of people might disagree just because of how heavily nerfed it got. However, I am still using it. So let me show you. As you can see, we have got the Demogorgon's Reach set on as our main set. And the reason being, if we click Inspect here, on each critical hit from your at-will encounter in daily power, you gain a stack of Demogorgon's Fury for 10 seconds. Each stack increases your outgoing damage by 1%. Stacks up to 5 times. If you land 5 critical attacks in a row, you deal additional hit for 150 magnitude damage. I think that's a great set. I really do. I think it's probably the best DPS set in the game. I'm not sure if they brought Demogorgon back yet, but yeah, this is super expensive right now. Anyway, let's look at the artifacts. As you can see, we have got the Band of Air on, and we've got the Soothsayer's Ring of Absolution on for the crit strike. It says your current hit points increases your crit strike up to a maximum of 7%. I believe that everyone is using that ring. I wouldn't leave the house without it, to be honest. I definitely need that crit strike. Typically because of when we had the rib cage, and the rib cage quotation marks was not working as intended. We lost a lot of crit strike, we lost a lot of crit severity. So thankfully we've got this ring to make up for it. Now, artifacts. This is going to be a bit of a weird one because, as you can see, I have gone for all out item level. I believe I'm about 80k once I'm in a guild. I'm not in a guild right now because I'm still trying to look for one. But we got the Demogorgon's Reach, we got Neverwinter Standard, we got the Mythalor, and we got the Black Dragon's Mark. Now I might switch this one out. It's always nice to have this one just because of the debuff it gives you. It decreases the enemy's damage resistance. So it's always a nice one to have. If you're doing in-game trials, this will be one of the ones that you might take. However, it's all defensive stats. So I don't think I need another offensive stat one. My offensive stats look pretty darn good, as soon as I'm in a guild, of course. But if we were to look at artifacts here, the one that I would go for personally is maybe the blue. Or if you've got control powers, you could probably go with the white. Me personally, I'd probably go with the blue for the crit strike and crit severity. However, I don't think my stats are all that bad. We can look at the stats here. Yeah, so we're a bit over in combat advantage, bit over in crit severity. Crit strike, I'm not worried because with a Wildstorm Elixir, that gives you 2,000 of that. Yeah, basically I just need to get myself in a guild, and it should boost it up even more. Hopefully everything goes to green, that is the hope anyway. But yeah, so if we look at the build again, what will I be using on single target? Now this is a bit of an iffy one because I honestly haven't tried this out and I don't know how good it's going to be. So would the Mythalar set be able to keep up with the Demogorgon's Reach and single target? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. I need to test it and see if it's comfortable for me. Again, I'm not testing with numbers. This is all going through the feel of my character, I guess you could say. So I am not saying the Mythalar set is best. I'm just saying that I'm just going to try it a few times and see what happens. Now, these artifacts are going to be super helpful in non-scale content because it boosts your base damage. As you can see, we're on 9200. But these artifacts boost your base damage because the higher item level. But the issue is, what happens in scale content? That boosted item level and that boosted base damage becomes pretty much useless. So I am thinking possibly using the journals in scale content and using the item level artifacts in unscale content. That's my plan. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I don't think the journals are a bad set. I think they are still really good. They're just not as good as they once were, which is why for scale content, I'd probably use the journals, or you can even use the Heart of the Dragon set. That's the set with the Heart of the Black Dragon, Heart of the Blue Dragon, Heart of the Red Dragon, there's Heart of the Green Dragon, Heart of the White Dragon. A set of 3 artifacts gives you 10% more recharge speed. That's a good set to have. But me personally, I think if I cared that much, I'd probably use the journals and scale content. However, genuinely don't really care that much. The end of the day, it is just scale content. If people have egos in scale content, that's fine. I mean, you do you. But me personally, I'll probably just stick to this build so I'm not switching everything out all the time, because that can get rather tedious and rather annoying. But that's basically what I'm using ever since the Band of Air nerf. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys had different experiences with the Band of Air? Maybe you can feel that it's not the best ring, or maybe you're on my side and you just feel that the Band of Air is still one of the top rings out there. Again, I tried it out in Voss. I didn't like not being without it, so I put it back on and I pulled ahead by a hell of a lot. But when I wasn't using it and the other person was, there was not a big gap in DPS. When I put it on, there was a huge gap in DPS. But yeah, let me know your experiences down below in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, you want to make your way back to the channel. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys in the next one.